So we all want the Cardano network to get used more, right? I get it. I want more daily active users just like you guys. But what people have to remember is that there's something that has to happen before you get to that point. You have to build stuff for people to use. And I would say that the Cardano, the IOG development teams, and the community have done a great job of building stuff for people to use so far. But right now, we are truly seeing this amount of stuff being built on the network ramp up. Development is ramping up, and this is a great sign to see. And I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. Now, obviously, every week, the Cardano development team, the IOG development team, they release this weekly development report, okay, even dating back to the early days. Now, Cardano week over week usually adds about 50 Pluto scripts, 50 smart contracts, okay, and this has been a very consistent theme from even earlier this year. Now, what we've seen over the past few weeks is this is actually beginning to ramp up, right? We went from from April 21st to April 28th, we saw a 50 increase. But then when we got into the beginning of May, we actually saw it jump again 50 there. And then in mid-May, we saw it jump 90 smart contracts. And then now this last week, there have actually been over 300 smart contracts that have been added to Cardano. This is a very serious ramp up, right? It's beginning to extrapolate. This is 6 times the amount of smart contracts added in 1 week than we saw just a few weeks ago. We're now sitting at 8,277 smart contracts on Cardano today. The projects are beginning to ramp up. Okay, the number of transactions are beginning to ramp up. Like, these are all positive signs that are showing the actual growth of the Cardano ecosystem. Now, keep in mind, right? This is still early. This is still nowhere near the amount of projects, the amount of smart contracts that we see on other blockchains, other platforms. And it does take time to get there, right? The Cardano community, it seems like, is more focused on ADA and ADA price than anything. But that's because I don't think people truly understand what Cardano is building at this time. There's still a lot of stuff that people don't understand. They don't understand the utility, the use case, the possibilities that are truly coming from what's being built at this time. And that's something that it takes time for people to wrap their head around, right? You have to see, like, I'm a visual person. I need to see stuff demonstrated. So for example, when we were able to see the first, when we were able to see the first Hydra deployment, that was great. I loved being able to see the visual. I watch a ton of videos too to learn how Hydra scaling works. I had to do that when I learned how Ouroboros worked. Man, I got something in my throat, guys. I apologize. But you guys get the point. It takes time to get to this because it's so complex that people can sometimes have trouble wrapping their head around it. But once you start to see it in action, that's where the real growth can truly happen. That's when you start seeing those daily active users really begin to soar. And this is just the steps towards it. We're laying the framework, putting the infrastructure in place. And from that is where everything can grow and spring up and become the success that we know Cardano can become. So yeah, appreciate you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. I love to see everything ramping up. I'll actually do another video digging further into this development report, talk about the things that the Cardano development team has been working on at this time, but appreciate you guys. Hopefully you're having a great weekend so far, and I hope to catch you guys in the next one. Take care.